my
Maria.
work is. Up there he is, and hi, Mitch.
Well, you find me if you take an airplane to Port-au-Prince and come out here. But we're at our orphanage in Haiti, in the city of Port-au-Prince, the Have Faith Haiti Orphanage, which I've been operating for the last 13 years. I'm here every month of my life since then, ever since the earthquake of 2010. And there are some young people who can lean in here a little bit who are here with me, and we're at a although it's quiet here now, we're at a very tenuous time here in Haiti, and I appreciate you giving me an opportunity to speak with you and your audience.
Yeah.
Because Haiti is under siege, and that's not.
Yeah, talk to us a little bit about that, Mitch, because I know you reached out. You said that that your kids there are not in safe conditions. You need to build a safe house for them. That it's a really dire
first,
situation.
what you need
so
to know
how can we help?
That there
what
is
do
no
we
government
need to know?
in Haiti. There's one man in the entire government. Everything else is literally shut down, and that man is under siege himself for being a suspect in the assassination of the previous president. So there's no functioning government here. We've gone about a month and a half here now with no electricity from the city. Unless you have a generator, you can't run anything. You literally don't have power. Because there's no government, because there's no essential services, the gangs in the country have basically taken over. This city of Port-au-Prince, which is the main city of Haiti, which has about 5 million of its 11 million people, is basically, they say, about 90% under gang control right now. And what that means is you can't go outside. Our kids, when was the last time you were outside of this mission?
Yes,
2 years. 2 years ago. It's been 2 years since they've been able to leave the grounds here because it's so dangerous on the streets. People are kidnapped and ransomed off, literally just walking down the street. And I don't mean rich visitors. I mean people who are just vendors on the street are suddenly held with a gun to their head and taken away, and their family, they start asking for ridiculous prices. They end up trading them for a refrigerator or a couple of bucks. But literally, that's what the country's like. And then in the last few months, it's gotten even worse because the gangs have gone from random kidnappings to random killings, and the people who have basically had enough because there's no police. In fact, many feel that the police are in cahoots with the gangs. They've taken matters into their own hands. And so there's been a lot of vigilantism. And you probably read the story about 13 gang members who were caught trying to infiltrate a neighborhood. The police had them. The citizens mobbed them, took control of these gang members, and killed all of them and burned them in the street as a sign of both their frustration and their anger, but also a message to the gangs. Well, that happened about 3 blocks from where I'm sitting with you right now. And consequently, the gunshots have been firing consistently throughout the day and night. We can't have our kids outside because stray bullets can fly over here and land any which way. We can't take anybody in or out, and we're concerned about the gangs actually coming onto our property. There's not a property in Port-au-Prince that's worth anything that doesn't have a wall in front of it. But walls aren't enough. I mean, they can go over the walls. Orphanages have been attacked. You've read about them. Missionaries have been attacked. Our kids here have had to drill. We now have this daily drill 2 or 3 times a day where they go running. If we hit an alarm, they go running up into our dormitory and hide up on the 3rd floor. You guys, you went through that. You can tell this is Whitley. You went through it for real when we thought there was a gang member on our grounds. Tell Maria what happened.
So when we thought that
loudly.
So you mean tell them about the drill or
what happened when we thought there was somebody here.
So when we thought there was like a gang member that was attacking us, all of us we went under the beds or in our rooms and tried to block the door with anything that we could find. But mostly all of us, we were scared and fearing for our lives, wondering if we would see another day.
And this is a day.
Well, I'm so sorry that you're going through that. And I'm so appreciative that you are brave enough to be here with Mitch to tell us what's going on so we hear it firsthand. Mitch, you're saying, people are saying, well, what's happened to the police there? Why aren't people helping
well, first of all, you have to
your
understand,
kids and
I
the
get
citizens
the
of Haiti?
Because in America, we have an infrastructure. We have social services. We have places where you can go when you're hungry or when you're homeless. We have police forces, and we have the heads of the police forces, and we have a justice department. But try to imagine a country where that doesn't exist. So those infrastructures don't exist. The police are overwhelmed, underpaid. The gangs have many more weapons than the police do. And so frequently the police will either give up. And there was a time about a month or two ago where about a 100-mile stretch of Haiti, the police just walked off. And they just said, we can't do it anymore. And consequently, the gangs moved right into the neighborhood. So the police aren't dumb. I mean, they're trying to survive too. So in many cases, some of the gangs actually dress like police officers. And you'll be driving in the street and they'll stop you and they'll pull you over because you think, well, it's a police officer, I have to stop. And it's actually a gang member. So you can't tell where one begins and one ends. And because the government is not funded, and because we haven't had free elections here in, it's got to be 5-6 years already since they've had an election. So there is no infrastructure like we're used to in America to take care of the problem. And so the police don't get funding. There's no budgets set up for it. They don't have new weapons. And if they're overwhelmed, if the police have a pistol and a gang member has an AR-15, figure out what's going to happen. And so enough police have been killed by the gang members that they don't put up the resistance that you would think. So you can't just call 911 here. It doesn't work like that. You have to protect yourself.
So what can people do, Mitch? I saw some comments here saying, the United States is focused on Ukraine. Why aren't we focused here? Good question. And what do you want this audience? And we'll share this again in the Sunday paper. We'll share it on Twitter and other places. I know you've set up a GoFundMe page. You've already raised some money, but how much do you need to raise? So, how can we be your village?
Things that we need to do are to hire 12 security guards to rim this property here, to put up alarms and lights that go off at any kind of violation of the perimeter to try to scare people off, and to ultimately build a safe room, which we're familiar with in the States. Now, of course, we have 100 people here. We've got 60 children. We've got 40 staff. Many of our staff, in fact, just this morning, a staff member came to me. She's the 5th one in the last 3 weeks who asked if she could live here with us, because where she is, the area has been taken over by gangs, and they've taken her home. And they just walk in with a gun and say, get out. This is our house now. We have people just moving in with us because their homes have been gone. So we need to protect them as well. So to protect 100 people, it's a lot of work. So we were trying to build a safe room that's big enough to house all that, that's bulletproof and the bulletproof glass and reinforced. Haley, hang on a second. Well, we set a goal of $100,000.
So what does that cost, Mitch?
Because it's not just this; it's to continue paying for time to come. And we've had some success with that on GoFundMe. People have been very, very generous. And we need more, to be honest with you. I mean, I don't want anybody to think, if they go and they check our website at havefaithhaiti.org, you can see the history of the place. I put my money into this place far more than I ask anybody else to, and I would never ask anybody to do something that I wouldn't do. But this type of operation exceeds even my ability to fund it myself. And so we need that kind of infrastructure. And we're already doing it with some of the money that's in. Since I've been down here, we've already got fences and we've already got barbed wire on top of everything. It's a shame that our kids have to live like this and have to see barbed wire wherever they go and can't go outside and hear alarms and gunshots going off in the middle of the night. How many gunshots have you heard over the course of the last couple of weeks?
It's maybe like 50, 60 more than I've heard in my life. It was just like one day. I thought it was a war going between the gang and the police members. We spent the whole day inside, hiding under the beds and in our closets. It was really...
And our kids have been extremely brave throughout this. It's not a way for children to grow up. And I try to tell them that we're just preparing. We're not expecting. We're just preparing when we do all these drills. But I'm saying that with a big ounce of faith. Because the truth is, places like this have been attacked. And there's no, if you expect there to be mercy, or it's like, oh, they'll leave an orphanage alone. Why would they bother an orphanage? That's just not the fact.
Let me just say here, people are asking, we will put up the GoFundMe as soon as this live is over. Have faith, Haiti. You can go to the website. As Mitch said, he has given, I have given, I'm going to give again. $5, $10, you know, whatever you can give to help Mitch's mission down here, which is way bigger than him. It's on behalf of all of the young people you see in this Instagram live, and many obviously that you do not see. And I saw that the president was just saying that they're going to offer asylum to people from Haiti. They're going to offer that. Is that a step in the right direction today?
So what America needs to do, in my opinion, is get in here with an international force, because it wouldn't take that much to put down these gangs. This is not the Ukraine. This isn't Russia. These are just, you know, scattershot created gangs who can take over when there's chaos. And America has a history in Haiti. We occupied Haiti for 15 years, whether people remember it or not, in the early 1900s. And we put our stamp on this. We're only 700 miles off of the shores of Florida. And I think we have an obligation to our neighbors, especially if our neighbors are the second poorest country in the world and the poorest on our side of the world. Why aren't we helping out here? And so what President Biden did is he put this program in that said, okay, if you're having problems in Haiti, just apply for asylum online. Well, okay, before you can apply for asylum, you have to have a passport. Most Haitians don't have a passport. So what's happened? The passport offices, which are overwhelmed and small and not very organized, have been mobbed. It's like the fall of Saigon if you go to a passport office here. People get stabbed, people get beaten, people get killed. They sleep overnight trying to get into these passport offices. And then now there's black market, like if you pay $2,000, someone will put you towards the front of the line, or I know somebody who can get you a passport. So there's this massive rush for people to try to get passports, to try to apply for this asylum, which near as I can tell, is totally scattershot. I know someone who applied for it, hasn't heard an answer in 5 months, and someone else who applied for it and got an answer in like 3 weeks. But the problem is, the only people who can do that are people who have connections in the United States, because you have to have somebody who will sponsor you for 2 years. Well, who's that going to be? Is it going to be the poorest citizens? Is it going to be where our kids come from? No, it's going to be the people who are connected, who are educated, who are the people who need to be staying here in Haiti to build this country up. And so consequently,
what are the chances of Americans? There's not a lot of appetite in this country, right, for going into another location, getting involved in another war, getting involved in a country where there is
a big difference. We don't need to send our troops in here and be stuck in a quagmire like in Iraq or Afghanistan. It's not like that. When the UN peacekeepers were here, they were just trucks driving around after the earthquake for 7 years. I was here for all that time. In 7 years, we didn't have any of this problem. As soon as the UN left, the problem developed. It's just the president.
Gotcha. So that's a very good point that Mitch brings up for people who have said, like, well, we don't want to get into another war. It's a very good distinction. This is a peacekeeping endeavor, a peacekeeping initiative that behooves that's not only a humanitarian effort, but that is, as you said, we have a history. You and I have spoken about this before. The United States has a history in Haiti. They've been in, they've been out, they've been there, they've not been there. They've been very focused. They've turned a blind eye. And now it's
I've never seen it this bad.
Mitch, you're saying that on the ground, you've never seen it this bad.
It's been bad.
Right?
There's always been poverty. There's always been issues with food access, clean water, electricity. But at least you could live through that. You know, when you have to worry about random violence or people jumping your walls or being shot for no reason whatsoever, yeah, it's as bad as it's been. Now, I do want to, can you bring Nadi over here? I do want to just try to point out the good that happens here, and because I know I'm painting kind of a negative picture. I want you to meet this little beautiful girl who just thinks you're her mama, apparently, Maria. So this is Nadi. This is Nadi. Nadi was brought to us at 6 months, weighing 7 pounds. Her eyes were closed. She couldn't move. She was severely malnourished. She couldn't do anything. And they told us that she was, a couple weeks within dying. And we were able to get her. We were able to bring her to America first and get her nourished and get her on a feeding program. Yeah, it's okay. It's okay. And now she is 17 months and 20 pounds. And as you can see, got plenty of energy because she wants to run. And this is exactly what we do here with many other children in similar situations. Many of our kids.
Mitch, why do you do this? Mitch, why do you do this? I've spoken to you before about it,
Hey,
and I
look
know
at her.
why. Why do you go
How
and
could
put
you
yourself
not?
in harm's
How could
way?
you not?
Why do you?
I mean, there are, we get, Maria, we have so many people, here you go. We have so many people who come to us with children just like this, who we can't take because we have very strict standards of if you have a mother or father, then you already have something that we can't give you, so we can't help you. Or, if you have an actual structure that you live in, a home, then, I'm sorry, there are people that are coming to us who don't have any. Many of our kids come to us without names, without birth certificates. We don't know anything of their background. When you're here and you see children like that, and I started seeing it in February of 2010, right after the earthquake, and I've never stopped seeing it. We admit new kids every summer, and it's always the same situation. You can't not be here, in my mind. I mean, once you've been here, you can't not continue to come back and help. And our kids are thriving. This young gentleman right here just got a full scholarship, room and board and academics to Hillsdale College in Michigan. We have 12 of our other kids just got are in college or scholarships, and our oldest one just got accepted to medical school. And he's going to study to be a doctor. But all of them are doing well when you're done with school.
Coming back
to Haiti.
Helping.
Yeah. Nobody is staying in America. They're not doing that. This isn't a meal ticket to the States. This is to come back and make their country a better place. And all of our kids have that philosophy in mind. J.U., what lean in here. What are you going to do?
I'm going to study politics so I can become a politician and help my country, because I feel like it's my duty, because I've been given all my life, and I think once I'm ready, it will be my time to give back, just like Mr. Mitch has given me all my life.
Beautiful. Thank you so much for sharing that with us. Mitch,
Okay.
I want to thank you. Let's stay talking about this so we keep the light on it. Mitch's GoFundMe, we'll put it up. We can direct anybody and everybody to the GoFundMe. And the work he is doing is literally life-saving.
Well,
Are you scared yourself, Mitch, down there this time?
But I've taught them that we don't lie, so yeah, I'm scared. But I don't want the kids to think that I'm scared. And we take all the precautions that we can for our staff and for ourselves. But sometimes, Maria, when you're doing something and it's important, you feel braver than you do when you're at home and just kind of taking care of yourself. I'm not a particularly brave person by nature. I don't take dumb chances, but I just feel that I'm supposed to be here, and that's why I continue to come. And I try to say that whatever that feeling is inside me is going to protect me. Our kids are fed, our kids are nourished, our kids are educated. They learn 8 hours a day in school, 4 in English and 4 in French. They're taught to give back. They participate. They help other people in other communities and other orphanages, even though, they come here with nothing. And when they're done with their college experience, they come back and live here for 2 years and work here for free in whatever they've been trained in, because they know they have to give back. And so I think we've created something here that's worth defending. And if that requires me to be here every month through thick and thin, then that's what I'm going to do.
Bless you, Mitch. I love that you have created something there that you think is worth defending. And that's a life's work, and it's a life's mission. And I love that you feel you are where you are meant to be. So many people struggle with what's my purpose, what's my mission, where's my calling, where am I meant to be? Mitch Albom, exactly where he's meant to be, helping people, changing lives, and actually asking us to join him in that effort. Leaders can only be leaders if we join in their mission, in what they're telling us is important. And I've always listened to Mitch, and I believe in what he's telling us, and I've seen him on the ground doing the work. So you have my support, my friend, and I think this community, and we will continue to spread the word and keep the light on this issue. And I think it's really, I think it's interesting always, I think, to have your idea, to talk about that this is a peacekeeping, this is a humanitarian effort. This is not the United States going to war again, and that how it just shows you the importance of what the UN did represent when it was on the ground. Everybody debates, like, is the UN still effective? Do peacekeeping forces actually work? And you're there actually to say that they did and they do.
Yeah.
And that it's time
I'm glad you said that
be revisited.
I'm sensitive.
And,
I'm an American citizen, and I don't want to be sent off into some foreign country. Our kids to be sent off.
Yeah.
I wouldn't want our kids to be sent off to go fight some meaningless war or something that we can't justify for our own purposes. And that's not what I'm all suggesting, and I apologize if that came across that way at all. What I'm suggesting is a couple of countries, America, Canada, Mexico, with vested interest, could put together a peacekeeping force. They wouldn't need to be killing anybody. If their presence here, I'm telling you, just their presence driving back and forth, the gangs would scatter because they know when they're overwhelmed. But right now, I mean, it's human nature. If you think you can get away with something and you have an evil heart, you're going to do it. And right now, they can get away with anything they want. So just to have a sense that, wait a minute, somebody's watching you. There was a time when they put a ship not far off the shore here. I forget which country it was, maybe Canada or whatever. When they were sitting on the gasoline and nobody could get gasoline, and suddenly there was a ship out there, and next thing you know, the gas was flowing again, because I suppose, I can't speak for a gang member, but I suppose they don't want to die either. And so, you know, if they look at it and they see, well, we're overwhelmed, they scatter and they disorganize. But right now, there's no overwhelming except the citizens here. And I would hate to see this degenerate into something where it's vigilantism and it's citizens killing gang members and gang members retaliating against citizens and all of us caught in the crossfire. And sadly, that's exactly what is going on here right now. So whatever our country could do or whatever our people can do a little bit by helping us here. And I encourage people to help other organizations that are in Haiti too. Not everybody knows Maria Shriver. Not everybody's as blessed as I am. And to be able to get on a thing like this and make an appeal. So there are other really good organizations here in Haiti that are just trying to do the same thing we are. And I encourage people to help.
So finally, people, what country? Mitch is right now in Port-au-Prince. We're going to put up, putting up, but a lot of people are saying, what's the name of the organization? It's going to keep, I'll post the GoFundMe. Thank you. People are saying, I said I'd post the GoFundMe. We will put up the GoFundMe. It's already raised. How much, Mitch? Sure. I think it's 90,000. About 90,000, but the goal was originally 100, but they need a lot more than that. I'll top that off to 100 so we can start with the next 100. We're going to share this in the paper, on my Twitter, and all of you can share too, right? All of you can share this
our website
conversation. You can share Mitch's GoFundMe. You can share the website. Okay. $95,000 is there now, I'm being told. So I just said I'd top it to 100 so you can start on your next 100, and we'll keep going. And this is not money for Mitch. This is money for Mitch's vision, his mission, his calling, and it's for the children that he is saving that have nobody else, right? And what I love about this program, I've always loved, is they come, they get an education, and they go back. And they work in the country that they love, that they want to live in, and that they want to make better. So I think that that's a great example and a great message as well. So everybody here says they're happy to share. So that's what makes a village. He needs a village right now. I'm talking about Mother's Day and how mothers need a village. Fathers like Mitch need villages too, and his orphanage needs our help. So that's why we wanted to get on here as quickly as possible and talk with him and bring his work to your attention, and we'll continue to shine a light. So let's stay in touch, Mitch, and keep us abreast of what you're doing and what you're feeling and what you're noticing.
We will, and
there's
I
no
want
better
everybody
reporter
to know that
on the ground
our
there
charity,
than
Have Faith Haiti, 100% of everything we raise goes straight to the kids. There are no salaries. I get no money. Our organization gets no money. Anything that is like organizational, administrative, I pay out of my own pocket. So if anybody's giving us money, it's going right into our kids here, and it's the same thing with this effort here. And I think people have a right to know that if they're going to give money to an organization. And I thank you for giving us this time. You guys all get in here and say thank you.
Thank you. Merci.
Merci en pile. Thank you.
Thank you, guys. Thank you. Thank you all.
Okay.
God bless you. Thank you, Mitch. Be safe. Be well.
Bye.
We'll be in touch. Thank